What is up, everybody? Big Cloud here, back again. All right, so we got some massive news. This is for God of War. Now, I'm gonna have to throw this out here real quick before I get this, because I have another video I'm working on. If you have not played God of War for the PlayStation 4, this is going to contain massive spoilers going into the game. All the details pretty much are about to be listed, and we're going into details for the next game. So I highly recommend, if you have not played God of War, to not watch this video at all. I do appreciate you guys if you hit the like button, but don't watch the video, trust me, because I'm really going to spoil a lot, and we're going to go into a bunch of theories right now, okay? But we're also going to discuss the release and everything of that nature, because everything is actually here, and we got information on that. All right, so without further ado, let's break this down. So if you guys are looking forward to God of War 5 and you're thinking it's going to be on PS4, according to this information, it's going to be pretty much only on PS5 and PS5 Pro. And the reason why is because they're pushing it even further. There's more information that's about to release about God of War 2 as well. If you go to Foxy Games UK, is about to upload a video. It's about to cover God of War for the PS4 right now. God of War for the PS4 apparently it runs at 4K 60 on the PS5. So that's what's going on there. So even though you might not get God of War 5 on the PS4, you will at least get a 4K 60 option for God of War on PS5. So, you know, you get that as well. You know, they're not missing out on anything. Basically, it's like an enhanced title, right? You're getting something. So that's good. Good to see Sony take notes from Microsoft and actually learn on that front. Of course, at the end of the day, it comes down to what else games can run at that particular frame rate and, of course, graphical fidelity, but we will find out in due time. Let's get into this. So Sony Santa Monica is currently in the process of creating the next God of War game. The game is highly unlikely to release on PlayStation 4 and PS4 Pro. God of War 5 is definitely a next-gen game that is expected to release on PlayStation 5 and probably a PlayStation 5 Pro, if Sony keeps its mid-gen console updates going. Now, one thing about mid-gen updates, yes, I do believe they will continue, so I'm not surprised at them putting that in the title at all, because, again, it will make sense to keep or to prolong a generation after people have gone and grown accustomed to certain resolutions, etc., and they want more. It would make sense. So let's continue. While the title is coming to PS5, director Cory Barlog isn't really looking forward to creating a next-gen God of War game. He stated that working on a next-gen console requires a lot of work and is time-consuming to overhaul the engine for a new platform. But Sony is going to push Sony Santa Monica to release the game on PS5, which means it could take longer than some may expect to finish the game. So that right there also could play a factor into why it's not coming to PlayStation 4. It's due to development time, for one, and due to the fact that the teams are not necessarily, well, they don't want to rush into it. It makes sense. They just won Game of the Year with God of War. Plus, they just came off of a really crazy work schedule to get that game out there and the quality that you guys got. But when it comes to going even further, again, they're going to deliver without a doubt once they're ready. God of War 5 story details and possible main villains. Now, this is where we get into the spoiler territory, and of course, we're also getting into the release date, and as well as PS5 news, so to speak, because even though this is PS5 news, but a little speculation I'm throwing here. All right, so like I said, spoilers about to happen, so here we go. In terms of story going into God of War 5, Kratos would continue his journey with Atreus, right where he left off in God of War PS4. He would continue to explore the Norse realms to find more gods to kill, but this time he isn't looking for a fight. Unlike previous games, he is trying to survive and protect his son, and it is the Norse gods who wish to pick a fight with him. But to be fair, at this point, Kratos has given them plenty of reasons to come at him. Kratos killed Thor's two sons that stood in his way. At the end of the game, we see Atreus get a vision of the future where Thor himself comes to the doorstep to avenge his sons. And not to mention, Freya, the mother of Baldur, is not happy with Kratos killing her beloved son. This also gives Odin, the father of Baldur, a reason to come after Kratos and Atreus. But this isn't the only reason Thor and Odin wish to take down Kratos and his son, Atreus. Along their journey, this father and son unintentionally triggered Ragnarok. There is a theory that Atreus' mother, a giant, knew that what would happen and foresaw the future prior to her death. She deliberately planned to send her husband and son to the highest peak in the realms, knowing well that they both will unknowingly trigger Ragnarok.
We must prevent Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
The prophesied death of my homeworld, the end of days, it's the end of everything.
The end of time for all 9 realms. The main villains of the game are expected to be Thor, Odin, and Freya. Along the way, there will be more enemies, but we cannot know until the game actually comes out. Which brings us to the question: when does it come out? God of War 5 release date, trailer, and announcement. God of War will not be announced at E3 2019 this year, but we can be pretty certain that it will be present at E3 2020 or PlayStation Experience 2020. PlayStation 5 is expected to be teased or even properly announced at PlayStation Experience 2019. Sony is skipping E3 2019, which puts a lot of hype and expectations into PSX 2019. End quote. There you guys go. That is that right there pretty much sums up pretty much a lot going on here. Now, in terms of God of War, again, God of War, it's amazing. You got to play God of War to fully understand what I'm going over, like basically what I'm saying here and what's happening. The game is simply amazing. Now, yes, at the end of God of War, if you beat the story and if you go to Kratos' house after you beat the main story, it will happen is a cutscene will happen, right? You will wake, basically you guys will walk into the house, you'll wake up, it'll be thundering and lightning. I'm talking all hell seems like it's breaking loose, right? And then once you go out the door, you will see Thor and actually holding Mjolnir. And that is one of the coolest ways to end the game. It is dope. It's absolutely amazing. Freya, yes, Freya is if I remember correctly, she was a Valkyrie, and she surrendered her wings to become a witch of the forest, so to speak, to become one with nature. Her son, Baldur, did not like that. He didn't like the fact that she was a witch because she cursed him to live for eternity, and he did not like to live for eternity. He actually wanted to live like a normal human, which drove him insane and pretty much forced him to do self-harm and always pick fights with people. The reason why he would always pick fights with people is because him getting hurt, stabbed, X amount of things will make him feel human. Even though he will never die, he wanted to feel that human. He wanted his humanity back very, very badly.
Can't help yourself, can you, mother? No matter what I do or say, you won't stop interfering in my life.
I was just trying to protect you. I've made mistakes, I know. But you're free now. You have what you want. Try to find forgiveness. We can build something new.
No. We can't. Because I will never forgive. You still need to pay for the lifetime that you stole from me.
I have paid. I have paid. But if that alone will make you whole, if seeing me dead will make things right, I won't stop you.
Which is why you fight him at the beginning of the game in God of War. He starts knocking on the door, he starts picking fights, he starts punching Kratos for no reason other than start a fight because he wants to be put out of his misery. When he finally gets put out of his misery, of course Freya, being the mother, doesn't want her son to be gone, and this triggers her to become a Valkyrie again. She goes and finds her wings and turns back into the queen of the Valkyries. Even though you slaughtered most of the Valkyries in the game, that's if you did all the side quests. If you did all the side quests, you would fight every single Valkyrie that, was legendary. After fighting all the Valkyries and freeing their souls and taking out the Valkyrie ruler, pretty much the mantle is open for anybody to step to the throne. So for those of you that are a little bit of skeptic about Freya and how powerful she will be when she becomes a Valkyrie, don't be. Remember the Valkyrie and the throne, it all depends on your wings, number one, and who has a seat and like in the positions, right, in the actual seats. So looking at that, they're going to be fine. It looks amazing. You know, I think that they're going to be fine in that regard.
Why? Why do you even care? You could have walked away.
The cycle ends here. Must be better than this.
No, my boy! My dear sweet boy!
Freya. He chose this.
I will rain down every agony, every violation imaginable upon you. I will parade your cold body from every corner of every realm and feed your soul to the vilest filth in hell. That is my promise.
He saved your life.
He robbed me of everything. Everything.
Let's see. We don't see Odin, right? Odin's never shown in God of War for the PlayStation 4, and for obvious reasons. I think they were probably still working on him, for one. Number two, they didn't have a voice actor. And number three, I think they just wanted to mostly focus on Thor and save that Odin reveal as an epic surprise. So makes sense. Going as far as Atreus and his mother. Now, yes, Atreus' mother was a giant, low key. She was obviously in human form, right? An average female human form, but she was actually a giant. She had a bigger purpose in the actual world than we knew about. Another thing that we learned about when you go to the actual hill and to, you know, scatter her ashes, you find out a few things about what's going to happen in the future. In that particular place, you find the future, the past, and even the present there. For the future, it shows Atreus holding Kratos. That's right, holding Kratos as if Kratos has passed from this world. That is why this game has done so very, very well in terms of storytelling. It's everywhere. But probably the biggest reveal, ladies and gentlemen, was Atreus' real name. Atreus' real name was Loki.
Wait! Father! Something's happening. It's your axe. It's smaller. Look. She's arguing with a bunch of giants. She knew giants? That's us. The first time we met the world serpent. But how? And our fight with Baldur. But that just happened. Wait. They knew everything that was going to happen. The dragon in the mountain, the stone mason, all these drawings. This is our story.
No. This is your story.
But what does it all mean?
That I was not the only parent with secrets.
You didn't know. She was a giant. I'm a giant. Why didn't she tell us?
She sent us here knowing we would find this.
But why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons. Balder was never sent to find me. He was tracking her all along, not knowing she was only ashes.
If she had a plan for us, I trust it. Whatever it is. Besides, she hasn't been wrong yet. Come on. We're so close to the end now.
Yes. Yes, we are.
So, I get that Mother was a giant, which makes me part giant and part god.
And part mortal.
Right. I guess there's just one thing I don't understand. My name on the wall. The giants called me... Loki?
Loki. That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born. She must have called you that to her people.
But why?
Yes, God of Mischief. Kratos' son is the God of Mischief, which completely explains why at the start of this game, everybody automatically looked for you for a fight and automatically noticed that you were just a bunch of regular survivors in a little small piece or small neck of the woods, right? The reason why they found you is because your son, Atreus, aka Loki, is destined to cause mischief. And this is why Atreus' mother wanted her ashes scattered into that, basically on the hill for one, and she wanted all of you to go on that journey because she wanted to trigger Ragnarok. Ragnarok is pretty much the destruction of all realms, just like it's the destruction of Asgard in the actual Thor movie. So that's what's going on there. She wants destruction of the realms. She wants those particular things to be done once and for all. And there you go. So that's pretty much what's going on in terms of the sequel for God of War. And yeah, I'm not going on for a minute, but that's definitely what's happening with God of War. God of War has got a lot being worked on. I'm telling you right now, it's a lot happening. But probably what's even more cool in terms of these details is that we probably have a confirmed date in terms of the reveal for the PlayStation 5, which will be PSX 2019. Again, like I said, the reveal, keyword, reveal 2019, release date 2020, maybe 2021 to be, to put a little bit more prolongation on the whole hardware, right? But really, I'm really thinking it's 2020 for sure. I don't think they're going to do it in 2021, but they might surprise us. They might surprise us indeed. So there you guys go. That is all the information I got for God of War. For those of you that actually want to read it and go into further detail and add your own perspectives on it, I'll have the link in the description below. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, hit that like button. Do appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. All right. Big Cloud signing out.